The contract is signed, the client is ready, and everything looks perfect. Until one simple question stops the entire room. How will we legally execute this project in India? This is where Alex's story begins. Chapter 1. The contract that changed everything. Alex was the managing director of a foreign engineering company. For months, his team had worked on one major opportunity, an infrastructure project in India. There were long discussions, there were technical presentations, there were price negotiations, there were late-night calls across different time zones. And then one morning, the message finally arrived. The project was awarded, the contract was signed, the Indian client was ready, the timelines were clear, and Alex's team felt that this was not just another project, it was their entry into one of the most exciting markets in the world. Everyone was celebrating, but just when the excitement was at its peak, the finance head asked a simple question. Alex, how will we legally execute this project in India? The room became quiet, because suddenly, everyone realized something. Winning the project was only the first step. Executing it in another country was a completely different journey. Chapter 2. The question behind the celebration. At first, Alex thought the answer would be simple. We have the contract, we have the team, we know the work, let's begin. But the more his team looked at the project, the more practical questions started appearing.
How will the company receive project payments in India?
How will it make local payments?
How will it coordinate with vendors? How will it open a bank account? How will it manage people on the ground? How will it follow Indian rules while the project is running? These were not complicated legal questions. These were normal business questions. Questions every foreign company faces when it has to actually work inside India. And that is when Alex understood the real challenge. The project was not stuck because of engineering. It was stuck because the company needed the right structure to operate in India. Chapter 3. The advisor enters the story. Alex decided to speak with an advisor who understood foreign company setups in India. The advisor listened to the entire story. A foreign company, a confirmed infrastructure project, a defined contract, a limited purpose in India, and a clear need to operate locally. After hearing everything, the advisor said,
Alex, what you may need is a project office.
Alex paused. A project office? What exactly does that mean? The advisor explained it in simple words. A project office is a temporary setup in India created by a foreign company for one specific project. It is created because there is a project. It operates only for that project. And once the project is completed, it is formally closed. Alex immediately connected the dots. His company was not trying to expand into every business activity in India. It was not trying to build a permanent local business from day one. It had one project to execute, and for that, a project office could become the right foundation. Chapter 4. The Command Center Idea. The advisor gave Alex a simple example. Think of a project office like a command center. Not a large permanent business empire, not a full expansion plan, just a focused operating base for one approved project. From this base, the company can coordinate with the Indian client, manage vendors, handle project-related payments, support the local team, and keep the execution organized. This made sense to Alex because every large project needs a center of control. Someone has to manage communication, someone has to track expenses, someone has to coordinate with banks, someone has to keep records, someone has to make sure the company is working within the permitted project scope. That is what the project office helps achieve. It gives the foreign company a recognized presence in India for the purpose of executing that specific project. Chapter 5. The first checkpoint. But before Alex could move forward, the advisor gave him an important reminder. A project office cannot be opened just because a company wants one. There must be a real project in India. There must be a proper contract. And the project should meet the required conditions under India's rules for foreign companies. Alex asked, so what is the first step? The advisor replied, The first step is not paperwork. The first step is checking whether the project qualifies. That one sentence changed Alex's thinking, because many companies start by asking, what is the process? But the smarter question is this the right route for our project? If the answer is yes, the journey becomes smoother. If the answer is unclear, it is better to find out early, before the company spends time, money, and energy in the wrong direction. For Alex, this was the first real lesson. A good setup begins before the application. It begins with the right review. Chapter 6. The people involved in the journey. As Alex moved ahead, he realized that a project office is not handled by one person or one department alone. There are different people and authorities involved at different stages. There is the Indian client, because the project starts with the contract. There is the company's internal finance and legal team, because they must understand how the project will operate. There is the bank in India that is allowed to handle foreign company transactions. This bank plays an important role because foreign companies need a proper banking route for receiving and using project funds. There are India's foreign exchange rules, which decide how foreign companies can open an office, receive money, make payments, and close the office later. There may also be tax-related departments, depending on the nature of work, billing, payments, and registrations required for the project. Alex did not need to become an expert in every rule, but he did need a clear map. Who is involved? What is required? What should happen first? What should not be ignored? That clarity gave him confidence. Chapter 7. The setup journey. Once the project was reviewed and found suitable, Alex moved to the setup stage. The advisor helped him understand the correct route. The focus was not to make the process complicated. The focus was to create a proper legal and operational base in India. The application had to move through the correct banking channel. The project details had to be presented clearly. The purpose of the office had to be aligned with the project. And once the setup was completed, Alex's company could move forward with project-related arrangements in India. Now, the company had a recognized structure. The project had a local operating base. The bank had clarity. The client had confidence. And the team had direction. This was the moment when the project moved from planning to real execution. Chapter 8. The common business complications. Now, let's pause here. Why does this structure matter so much? Because many problems in cross-border projects do not appear on the first day. They appear slowly. A payment gets delayed because the banking route is not clear. A vendor asks for proper local billing details. The project team is unsure how to manage expenses. The foreign company receives questions about local tax requirements. The client wants smoother coordination. The finance team struggles to connect the contract, payments, and compliance. None of these problems mean the project is bad. They simply mean the structure was not planned properly. And this is where the project office becomes useful. It brings order to the project. It helps the company separate project-related activities from general business activities. It gives the team a clearer way to manage local execution. And most importantly, it reduces confusion, not by creating fear, but by creating planning. Chapter 9. Compliance without fear. After the project office was set up, Alex felt relieved, but his advisor said something important.
Alex, setup is not the finish line, it is the starting point.
This was not a warning, it was a practical business reminder. A project office should work only for the approved project. It should maintain proper records. It should follow applicable tax, banking, accounting, and reporting requirements. It should keep project activities clear and organized. And it should not be treated like a general business office. Alex understood the point. Compliance is not there to slow down the project. When handled properly, compliance actually protects the project. It keeps the bank comfortable. It keeps records clean. It helps payments move smoothly. It supports reporting. And it makes closure easier when the project is completed. For Alex, compliance was no longer a burden. It became part of good project management. Chapter 10. The closure. Many companies forget months past. The The project moved forward. The team coordinated with the Indian client. Vendors were managed, payments were tracked, records were maintained, and finally, the project reached completion. The client signed off. The work was delivered. The team was ready to move out, but Alex remembered one final lesson. A project office should not simply be left inactive after the project is completed. It should be closed properly. Why? Because the office was created for a specific project. Once that project is over, the company should complete the closure steps, settle project-related matters, close the necessary arrangements, and ensure that no important issue remains pending. Proper closure gives the foreign company peace of mind. It reduces the chance of future notices. It helps avoid banking delays. It keeps the company's India record clean, and it allows the business to move forward with confidence. Closure is not the end of the story. It is the way to finish the story correctly. Chapter 11. Alex's real lesson. At the end of the journey, Alex understood something very clearly. A project office is not just an office. It is a complete project life cycle. It starts with a contract. Then comes the eligibility check. Then comes the setup. Then comes project execution. Then comes ongoing compliance. And finally, proper closure. For a foreign company, the structure can be very effective when the purpose is clear and the project is specific. But it works best when it is planned correctly from the beginning. Because in India, successful project execution is not only about engineering, construction, or technical delivery. It is also about the right legal structure, clear banking coordination, tax clarity, regulatory understanding, good records, and timely closure. This was the difference between simply winning a project and executing it smoothly. Chapter 12. How SKMC Global can help. Just like Alex, many foreign companies win projects in India but are unsure about the right legal and compliance route. They know the project, they know the work, they know the business opportunity, but they need clarity on how to operate in India in the correct way. At SKMC Global, we help foreign companies understand and manage the complete project office journey in India. From setup guidance and regulatory understanding to tax support, banking coordination, ongoing advisory, and closure assistance, our team helps businesses move forward with clarity and confidence. So, if your company has secured a project in India or is planning to execute one, make sure your legal and compliance foundation is strong from day one. Book your free consultation with SKMC Global today.